U.S. Tennis Open is underway right here in New York City. Serena Williams will be competing for her 22nd major title. A victory means she will become the first woman in 27 years to hold all 4 majors in a calendar year if she wins. But even before she begins to play, she's already made history. For the first time, tickets for the women's singles finals sold out before the men's final. Joining us now is Bloomberg sports columnist Scott Soshnick. Why all of this interest here? Is it mainly because of Serena Williams, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
You know why. Well, it's not just Serena. She's the best player in the world, one of the most dominant athletes in the world. She's going for the calendar slam. Last to do it, Steffi Graf. People like to say...
19 when she did
19, right? Yeah. So people like to say, I was there when. And this is one of those momentous times. And it looks as if, while not the easiest path to the finals for Serena, who would bet against her? So they're figuring she'll be there and she'll win. People want to say, I was there, I saw her complete the Grand Slam.
How is she playing right now?
She's playing very well. I mean, she's winning lots of tournaments. She's winning her run-ups. She's playing well. She's a dominant player. She does get those matches where perhaps she'll lose the first set. It's almost becoming you're used to her seeing her say, what's wrong?
Right.
And she yells at herself.
You don't get worried.
Yeah, she yells at herself, and boom, boom, then she's out in 0-1. So,
what about endorsement dollars? I mean, give me a sense, again, of how powerful she is off the court business-wise.
Well, she doesn't compare to Maria Sharapova. And she didn't bring race into it. She said if a company wants a white, blonde-haired woman, so be it. I love Maria. She's worked hard as well. She has had some issues on the court with her temper, including here at the U.S. Open. However, this career slam and where she is now, sort of a spokeswoman for women's tennis, I wouldn't be surprised if more and more companies come calling, looking for her to do some not only strictly athletic things like the Nike, but outside of tennis as well. She's that kind of presence. She's a role model for young women, sure.
So what, well, that is, you know, that is the curiosity is like what happens, though, to an athlete, right? What happens to a Serena Williams when you get, if she gets the Grand Slam and those 4 titles, you know, what really changes after that, Scott?
Well, there's a halo effect. Anytime you win a major, which she's done plenty of times before, but this puts her in a different category. She's already got sort of that casual fan recognition. It's do you want to utilize her? How do you utilize her? Doesn't have to just be Serena the athlete. It's Serena the person. I once had her come to me years ago when we were preparing for an interview, and she came off the practice court in her sweatsuits. And she said, you know, can you give me 10 minutes? I'm dressed for ESPN. I'd like to dress for Bloomberg.
Interesting.
She has an understanding of what her message is, what the audience is at that particular time, and how it's best to reach them. So look for her to capitalize on those sorts of things. She's represented by IMG, William Morris, now WME IMG.
Yeah.
Lots of opportunities and synergies for her,
Okay, and on another topic, though, let's talk football. Okay, so they're back in court, right? So Brady...
They're done already.
They're done.
They were in court.
They were in court, and they failed to reach a settlement.
They told the judge, we tried, and even the judge said they actually did make an effort. He was happy with the effort, but there's no deal. So now we wait tomorrow or Wednesday, as late as Friday. The judge says, I'll issue my ruling, and we'll find out whether Tom Brady will suit up or appeal or have it overturned.
What do you think is a likely outcome, Scott? If you could look into your crystal ball.
Impossible to determine, impossible. I will say this. It is a very high standard, high bar that Tom Brady is trying to overcome, and that is a negotiated CBA with a chosen arbitrator. Roger Goodell was given the power. Did he go outside the scope of what was in the collective bargaining agreement? That is what they will have to prove if they want Tom Brady back on the field.